Hey everybody, this is vlog number 2, and I know I'm behind, so I'm going to give you 2 weeks of recap for the price of 1. So I did end up going back to Richmond Park and got some cool pictures of the deer there, and just went on a big hike that was brutal for me, but oh well, I got through it. After the park, I ended up seeing a lecture that was about the history of Richmond theater that Ava gave me a ticket to. And I didn't know going into it that it was going to be like a 3 or 4 hour lecture. I think it was 3, but whatever. It was a free ticket. After the theater, I ended up getting my first black cab taxi home, so that was an experience. The next day, I just did some editing for my previous job over the summer working at a church. The next day, we took the train into Waterloo for central London and past London Eye and Big Ben and all that jazz, but I realized that I left my SD card at home, so I didn't get any high quality pictures, so I might need to go back there and get some more. After seeing Buckingham Palace and all the other tourist things in the area, we ended up going to Oxford Street for shopping, and I bought 3 shirts, and then I ordered another one online because they had it on clearance, but not in my size. So I had the last one that they had my size ordered to me. The next day I bought some red high-top Converse shoes, and I later found out that I bought the wrong size because I thought there was a sizing difference in the UK versus America. So they're a size too small. So Logan, if you want them, or anyone else, they're $50. After buying them, I headed to the Freshers Fair, which is like our campus life night at GVSU, where it's just a bunch of the clubs and things all having tables and telling you how to get involved. The next day, which was day 9, I went to Camden Town, which is probably one of my favorite places in all of central London because of all the shopping. And surprisingly enough, I don't think I got anything except for a tote bag that had some art on it that also said Camden Town, so it was a souvenir. But if I have money left over at the end of the trip, which I don't think I will be buying some nice suits there. The next day I went with some friends to the British Museum, which is mostly just artifacts and things, and their one real claim to fame is the Rosetta Stone, which is kind of cool. So I bought a pin of the Rosetta Stone and got some pictures. The next day we went back out into the city to the Natural History Museum, where 3 years ago when I went I saw about half of it, I think, and this time I saw absolutely everything. So I don't think I'll be returning, but it is probably my favorite of the museums that I've been to so far in London. On the evening of day 12, I ended up going bowling here at the Rotunda, which their bowling section is called 10 Pin, and it was the first time that I've been bowling where the pins are attached to strings and you don't need bowling shoes to bowl there. Day 13 was September 23rd, and it was my first day of classes. I don't really have much opinion on them yet because they've just started. I do like 2 out of the 4 that I've had. The other one I don't really have an opinion on yet, and the 4th one I haven't taken yet, so that'll be this week. On day 14, I went to the Kingston Museum, which was very small, but it was free. And they had a section on Muybridge, who's one of the famous photographers of the area, I guess, that I've studied about in school a little bit. He did the photographs in succession of a horse running, so it proves that there's a point where the horse has all 4 feet off the ground. After the museum, I ended up going shopping, and I got this hat and a suit top that has tails on it, so that's fun. Day 15 was just another class, and then I was back home watching Sherlock. On day 16, I went to the Sherlock Holmes Museum, which again was just another kind of small museum, but it was $15. It was kind of cool, but the things that I wanted to purchase from the gift shop, they didn't have at the time, so I either get to go back or figure out ordering it. I'm trying to collect tea towels to make a big-ass tapestry, and so far I've got a decent amount, which is why it's going to be really big. But there's a couple that I know that I want and should have gotten that I haven't gotten yet, so I may have to order them. After the Sherlock Holmes Museum, I ended up going to class, and then after that, in the evening, we went to a club called Viper, where like no one was at, and then we went to Prism, which are basically the two in Kingston. It was alright. It was my first club experience, but not something I'm going to be doing regularly. Day 18, I just stayed in all day. I had nothing to do, and so I watched Sherlock basically the whole time, except for going out for one meal at Bill's, the Kingston restaurant, I guess. He has multiple locations. And what I thought I was getting a burger, it was like a vegan burger. Not vegan, vegetarian at least, because it had cheese on it. It was tasty, just not what I was expecting to order because I'm an idiot. On day 18, I ended up going to Stonehenge and Bath as a field trip with the school. And Bath was very aesthetically pleasing because it's all the architecture is made with like the same rock type. So the whole city looks kind of the same, which was cool. But not a whole lot to write home about because all we did was take a couple tours and there wasn't much time on our own to like explore, so not great. And then Stonehenge was fine, but it's just a bunch of rocks. I don't care that bad. And lastly, I took a trip to Bristol by myself, and it was fine, and I tried to make the best of it, but I really screwed up because the Aardman Animation Studio is the main reason I wanted to go, and they are closed on weekends. So that was a bust. I saw some of the Banksy graffiti locations. That is its main claim to fame, but not all of them are there, and so I only saw 2, I think. Got a couple of vintage shirts, and I found a fedora identical to the one that my mom had in high school and then gave to me that she had used. So it was funny to see that, but I didn't end up getting it to replace it. And that is it for weeks 2 and 3. I hope you'll tune in next time. Thanks, bye.